Hello everyone and welcome back to Carpenter Station. First up, couple of bits of news. I've checked out Game Booster free, as a fair few people have suggested. You can probably guess by the frames today that I'm not using it, because it's by Razer and it's in beta, and they're only really letting you use it whatsoever if they give you beta access. So I am signed on for that, but I haven't gotten beta access, so I would probably use it if I could get access to it. I am contemplating working on getting a gaming dedicated computer, but that cost Dave about £550, and I do not presently have £550, so maybe something after Christmas most likely. But if you happen to have some spare cash, there is always the donate button down in the description, so by all means check that out. Other suggestions for FPS boosting are certainly welcome in the meantime. Complaints about the lower FPS or lag in general, like we're having right now, are not, however, welcome, because I've already done 5 episodes and I've already been told these comments the exact, same number of times. You've probably had the thought. So if you do want to complain about the lag, please kindly keep it to yourself, because I'm already aware of it, and you telling me again is not going to make me more aware of it or able to do any more about it. So, sorry, but it's not something I can presently fix. I am working on it, however. Also, on the note of comments, if you comment first, or anything to that effect, I am going to ban you. Sort of the same principle as Wisey. If you comment it, I'm going to ban you for it. Alright, so on to the main brunt of today. Well, first things first is I have a new skin, because people in Dave's most recent SMP episode were making associations between me and the douche nozzle that is Timothy, because I was still wearing my Halloween skin, which was my cyborg scientist skin. But I have since changed over to my winter skin, which I'll admit looks a little bit like I'm wearing some kind of dressing gown, but nope, it's there. I don't have my usual ponytail at the back because it's tucked into the actual thing, and I can't really have the hood up if I have my ponytail at the back as well. I did manage to keep my belt and my headset though, which is nice. I don't know if we have one there. There we go. Yeah, looks a little bit like a dressing gown, but, or I suppose if you're from the US, a robe. But looks nice to me. Rather fitting for the wintry period, and also the fact that we're in an Arctic wasteland, or at least what is rapidly becoming more and more an Arctic wasteland. But speaking of the wasteland, well, we have a couple of changes over here, I suppose, which is I have some gold chests. I've put in a fair few gold chests around the place. Especially in the storage room, which is one of our next projects. But, before I get quickly distracted, I have finished, more or less, tore out this wall after watching the video, more or less adding all of the buildings that are related to Carpenter, to Outpost 31 in the film. So, we have that unknown building, which I've given a purpose. There's the tool shed, which I'm not sure will see much purpose, unless I use it to, store and charge tools. Over here is a support building, which I'm thinking I'm going to dedicate to refilling fuel cans. But our main thing for today is we're going back to Ye Olde Homestead, and you can see a lot of chests over there. I have basically no gold because I used it predominantly in there, but that's for a later date. So, unknown building is now dimensional transport. And you probably hear that. Yep. If this looks familiar, I don't know why, because most of my series do not involve me having any kind of access to these. But, Nether Portal. We are heading back into the Nether. And to that end, I have created all manner of tooly tools. I've got my electric jetpack, because we're going to be doing a fair bit of flying. Got a lap pack, because we're probably going to need a fair bit of charge. Got a nano saber on me, because I found out it can kill pretty much everything in one hit. Specifically, you may be able to tell from my searching over here, including the blaze, that we're going to need to get these. I gathered a fair bit of obsidian from just like a small mine with like a water channel and a lava lake, but we're still in need of blaze rods, and those require that we find a fortress. So yeah, back to the old homestead. I've tooled up. I'm gonna probably better if I switch that out. I have to say, I look absolutely sweltering in like the full iron armor, whilst I've got this big wintry jacket on. But I suppose that's for the better. So there's probably going to be a lag spike as I wander into this, because I've already walked through once or twice before, and I think it's the chunks loading. But there isn't much going on in the Nether, so we don't have too much to worry about. And hey, my frames have picked up. Hooray! It's still 8 or 9, but hey, it's better. I have filmed with worse. So in we go. Yep. Down to 6. Yeah, it's not that bad actually. 5. Now it's just working with 5, it's fine. Okay. Now it looks as though... Oh, that's interesting. I believe that's the infernal brick that like, deserty, wintry, summer homey thing and whatever is made out of. And this, I presume, is someone else making a platform. Which means we have probably come out at an area that people have already checked out. As if this wasn't key enough. Phew. Never looks... there was a Reddit post a while back, actually, that the Nether looks pretty dang scary when you have short render distance. And I do have my jetpack on, yes? Good. Oh, it does have a limited charge, so this is gonna get interesting. But yes, we're looking for a blaze spawner in a fortress to get some blaze rods for the ender chests. If we have time... I'm just gonna say this before I take a flying leap here. If we have time, I may set up the lava pumping station over here. I doubt I'll get the obsidian manufacturing on the other side done today. But I happen to know there's a lava lake down there, so it'll be fun. Phew. Okay, well, here we go. Oh, thanks, Meg, that is on. Little known fact is that the electric jetpacks actually have a hover mode. So whereas you will quite probably take a lot of damage if you just have it on like regular mode where you fly up and down really quickly. There's a hover mode, which means you will slowly rise and slowly fall so that you can never actually take damage. And I'm just going to try and follow the edge here, because I'm not turning up the render distance just because we're around here. Make sure I have some kind of... Whoa, loading in. Hit a wall. Whoop. Yeah, we've lost a little bit of our charge there. If these pigmen start a fight, we can probably handle them with the nano saber we have. Nonetheless, I'd rather avoid it if possible. Okay, so the Nether Expedition curse strikes again. And glass, hasn't it? More glass. This is interesting. Yeah, the Nether Expedition curse. If you haven't been watching my videos for some significant time, you may have noticed I have a long-running thing of, ever since starting Nether Expedition, more glass, I'm going to lead somewhere, I pretty much can't escape fortresses. If I go into the Nether, I find a fortress. If I'm with someone and we go into the Nether, we find a fortress. I don't know why it is, it just seems to be. In fact, it was the case fairly recently when I went into the Nether with Wisey. Just wandered off in one particular direction, and hey, Nether Fortress, done. Not even that far a distance. I think either I'm attracted to them magnetically, or they're attracted to me magnetically. I don't know, but they're not hard for me to find. Now, if we can follow that glass, see if that goes anywhere. Brought a bunch of food with me. I'm still running off of this bread that I got from Odd Couple lag spike. That I got from Odd Couple Farm. Because I grabbed a stack out of that and I haven't had to recharge and replenish it much. Obviously, heading back to Odd Couple Farm is a bit of a leg, so something to get sorted soon. There has been the suggestion a couple times, I believe, that I should investigate the farming, but it's a rare piece of tech in that it's a part that I haven't actually investigated. Ooh, lobby. So I'm really not all that familiar with it in the slightest. Okay, let's just check. Let's turn up the render distance a little bit. Too short. And that helps us a little bit. Oop. What was that noise? Was that Pigman or was that Cast? Oh. Little support storage. My frames have taken a dip from turning that up, but oh well. They're not that high to begin with anyway, are they? This is a rather nice structure, actually. But what we are looking for is a blaze spawner. And I think we've lost the trail on the glass, so let's head back, shall we? Assuming I can still find that way. Couple new ideas on power, and yeah, I'm turning this back down. Thematic issue for Carpenter Station, but also a slight necessity. Because the most recent version of Minecraft I found is actually really good for frame rates and the Nether and stuff, but Tekkit is an old version and it has a lot of new stuff added, so that was a gas, that was for sure. And that's another lag spike. Phew. Yep, the good old 1.2.5 Nether, everyone. And then some. Like, you've got a lot of the Nether ores, for example, cause a bit of lag because they're checking to see if someone's walking on top of them, in which case they explode. But yeah, that happens. There's also a lot of particles, but I have turned those off. But yeah, I'm thinking of some... No, not ever. Some new power supply options for Carpenter. The most obvious I can think of is geothermal, because I'll be pumping lava through anyway. Except... I'd like to try and avoid splitting my resources as much as I can. For example, there's already tin that's going to need to go into fuel cans, and there's already saplings and bones that need to go into the tree farm, and I may be ever so mildly lost. Unusual for me. Yep, there's a hole, but there's no glass, so let's head back. Where was I? Yeah, so I don't really particularly want to start trying to pull lava buckets and stuff out of an ender chest for both obsidian generation and geothermal power. Also, geothermal power is getting a lot of use elsewhere on the server. So, and there's the glass. This way? Which way are you pointing, glass? Oh, there we are, there's more. Wait, hang on, haven't I seen this one? Oh, because this is stairs. And that's why. Okay, what do we have up here? Now that's a better trail. I have no... I legitimately have no clue who left this. I don't think I've seen anyone on the server near a blaze spawner. Speaking of... Yep, that's blaze. So this is about to get interesting. And by interesting, I mean I'm about to be set on fire in like 15 different languages. Excuse me, folks, because I don't want to be hitting you guys. It has to be up here. Hang on, I've got my jetpack, let's just use that. I imagine that's how this was done for everyone else. Switch to the armor. Yep, I see you. Whoa. Did my frames ever just go down? Okay. I cannot fight these guys while I'm recording. But, for future reference, a nano saber is enough to one-shot blaze. I guess you'll find out whether if my experience level goes up or down as to exactly how this turned out, but I shall catch you back at Carpenter Station once I've gathered a few blaze rods. And welcome back. So, funny story. Like, maybe a minute or so after I stopped recording back next to the blaze spawner, which by the way is a double blaze spawner, I may have to do something with that later, my FPS hit levels that I think are possibly unprecedented in my Minecraft career. Like, I was getting 60 FPS fighting those blaze, with the occasional dramatic lag spike, which may just be due to the server. I wish I had those kind of frames recording, but oh well. Anyways, I got a fair few things. I picked up a few resources, because as it turns out, my portal comes back near Nipty. So that is to say, under Dave's old quarries. I also picked up a bunch of glowstone, because I was in the area anyway. And in the end, as you can probably guess from my levels, I got a ton of blaze rods. Didn't die once, because apparently I'm pro like that. So, what we are making now is an ender chest, ideally, 2 of them. So that actually means I'm going to need to make another chest there, aren't I? Oh well, that's not exactly the hardest of things to make. Doop 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 doop. Okay, so chest there, blaze rods around it, obsidian there and there. We need ender pearls, which I believe are over here. Yep, got a bunch of these because I just went out and slaughtered every single enderman on the server a few days ago. I believe that goes there. And we need some wool for the top there, which I have prepared here. And the important difference to note between these particular ender chests, there we go, and the ender chests that are in vanilla Minecraft is, you see the little indentations on the top? I don't know if I can pick this up, actually. Probably can, but let's just check. Okay, so you see these little indentations on the top that I can highlight? I can dye those individually, and that allows me to give them a specific code, because oh boy, these are balls. Oh, that's weird. I don't know why that's sand. Yeah, so tough little things. Probably blast proof. Yeah, you can give these individual codes, and if they have the exact same markings on the top, then they'll link. And anyone will be able to access them if they have an ender chest with the exact same combination. If they have a different combination, no connection. They are separate entities at that point. So it's sort of like how the old ender chests, or at least the ender chests originally worked, which is that you had an ender chest, and if you stuck something in it, it was available to everyone. Like, a lot of people use them for post stations. Sort of like that, if assuming all of the ender chests have the same code on them. So it's not individual to players, unlike the alchemy bags. And technically, I guess this does touch onto magic, but there isn't any way to pump things across dimensions inside of the industrial section of things. But let's see, we've got our deployer. We're going to need some pneumatic tubes, a steam engine, a red alloy wire, a lever, 1 restriction tube, a pump, a dimensional anchor that is used to keep the nether around the pumping station loaded. Some tanks probably only need the 1, depending on how quickly I'm pulling out of this. 3 filters, and 3 buckets. So there's your ingredients list for the pumping station that we're going to be making. Now, unfortunately, I really did want to do the rest of this pumping station on camera and stuff tonight, but it is already 3 AM in the morning here, so I'm afraid that's going to be it for now. I guess I'll give you guys a sneak peek of the main storage area then. So we have about 5 minutes left on the clock here. And my frames are being reasonably nice for once, so let's take a look at it, shall we? Oh, quick thing, the one building I'm missing over there is McCready's shack, if you have actually seen the thing. Okay, so this is where all of my gold went. Let's see, I believe there is something in the way, let's see, 12 and 18, and that's 30 plus, yeah, 39, that's 69 gold chests. Each with a lot of space in them. And this isn't even like the maximum amount of space you can get from one of these expanded chests. And behind them are these little alcoves. And they're separated like this so that I can paint them individually, which will allow me to send specific things through sorting machines into them and see wherever they want to go, to go wherever they want to go. I've got them over here so I can just expand backwards. Also, apparently I missed a piece of scaffolding. Oh. But these pneumatic tubes in the far corners, come on, corporate frames, are where sorting machines will go, because I'm gonna need some power underneath this place, I guess. And those will allow me to sort these into the different colors. Probably there's going to be multiple chests per color, just because there is a ludicrous amount of storage here, and I think it actually exceeds a sorting machine's number of colors. But, yeah, it really is creepy to walk around here now that I actually recognize the locations. Ooh, which reminds me, one last thing I can show you guys is one very important first sighting of the thing inside the film. Dogtown. And if you've seen the film, these guys have a very unfortunate end. I also finally finished up this section, which is a service walkway. And I really couldn't think of any way to do this other than just this. Like, it's meant to be like the place where they get new supplies loaded in and stuff, but that implies vehicles, which we don't really have in Minecraft, so a door works well enough. Something else I need to do is also find out a solution for those doors that allows me to open them from the outside as well as lock them if need be, because the reinforced doors are nice, like they're blast proof like most of Carpenter Station, but levers are a bit of an annoyance when you're trying to work on this place. But that's about it. I think I'm gonna go away and probably do some decor before the next episode. Something nice and relaxing after all of those belays. And so I shall catch you next time. Bye bye.